Just like that. Just like that.
The Sully Band.
How you guys doing? Good to see you. Look at that. Haven't seen you for a couple weeks. Everybody healthy?
It's been a while.
I always think the Sully Band sounds better without Sully.
Yeah.
You know, don't you think?
I
And when you're
agree.
up there, it's the Tommy Band.
And they sound really
And when Russ is up there, it's just bad. It's just a bad, no. Actually, when Russ T Nailz, when we're playing a big event and Russ comes on in the intermission, normally we don't know he's coming on. But he comes on and he starts playing, and he does a great Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he does.
And then one by one, I think Steve Dillard, our horn player who played with the Righteous Brothers and Leonard Skinner and so on, so he comes on stage and starts playing. And then Trip Sprague, who's played with Kenny Loggins and such, he comes on stage, starts playing with Russ. Then all of a sudden, Trace Hodgins, who's 68 years old today, big congratulations to him. He's
Happy birthday.
yesterday. No, actually, I don't know how old he is. He's like 30 years old, but we always say he was James Brown's original drummer. He starts playing, then Mark's, and the whole thing, it turns into a real band. It sounds pretty good until Russ starts singing. But no, it's actually very good stuff. So great to see you guys today. Are you guys ready to roll? You good?
Yeah, ready to roll.
All right, good. We're very excited because, can we start off just because we had a very, very exciting day yesterday?
What happened?
And let's bring on Mary Burt Godwin because Mary has some.
Mary!
Mary Burt. Oh, and there. Speaking of which, there he is. The most interesting man in the world is up on stage. Hold on a second.
There he is.
Oh, there.
Look what I brought with me.
Can I just say this also?
Yeah.
So there's a website called dudesthatlooklikekennyrogers.com. And as you were growing your beard, you look like that. And remember, Russ has made a living as a Ron Burgundy impersonator. And also, or I should say, Will Ferrell, right?
Kenny Loggins.
But the other day, we were doing the other show, and who's he look like to you?
The most interesting
man in the world.
Actually, I'm the second most interesting man in the world. Ask me anything. It's really interesting. You'll find out. Like Mary?
Like, what's in your cup?
Wow, that is coffee. Thanks for asking.
Wait a minute. Do we have a graphic of the guy?
The guy?
I don't know the guy's. Do you remember the guy's name? The most interesting man in the world guy?
I think his name was like Vinny or something.
But no, he's out of New York and he's got a very thick Brooklyn accent, which is really interesting because his main
sounds like Pesci. Hey.
Yeah, he does.
Talking to me?
If you look at the pictures, you guys look. This is your new.
This is my new
Russ
gig.
2.0.
Yeah, it's called the second most interesting man in the world. I should buy secondmostinterestingmanoftheworld.com, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Right
you
now?
should.
Molly's on it right
All right.
now.
Well, what are you doing here? Oh no.
A lot of news. You guys, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yesterday was a big day. We had our third single off the new album come out yesterday. If I Could Only Be Sure.
That's right.
It's so good. This is one of my favorites, I gotta say. And here's the deal. It's your favorite too? Yeah. So the album's coming out on March 11th. Pre-orders are happening now, and you can buy a VIP bundle that gets you 2 free tickets to the show, the album release party at the Belly Up on March 17th.
Okay.
Everybody mark your calendars. March 17th, you got it?
You see, look at our.
There's the merch
LP.
bundle. You
Look at
guys, the
our LP.
album is purple. Can we just talk about the purple
cool?
vinyl for a minute? Hello.
Wow.
And you get to hang with the band at a sound check party if you buy the
Yes.
bundle. Okay?
Yeah.
Bundle, sound check party.
I'm not
Did you
sure
guys know
that's
that?
a positive.
It's also a meet and greet with Sully, which he doesn't know about. But
Oh, by the way.
by the way, you
Well,
got,
wait. So let me ask you: Will you come there and will you do a meet and greet with me? Because you know how I am about the people thing.
Absolutely.
You will. You're committing.
When is it?
I bought you a Peloton for
When is
Christmas.
it?
I bought
When
you
is
a
it?
Peloton for Christmas. Will you please?
Sully,
When is it?
Well,
most
March.
interesting man in the world's going to be there.
You're going to be there, right?
not only that, but I've just added this element. Shots of tequila with the second most interesting man in the world.
That's
please.
what's in this cup.
I can do no more.
So yes,
we allowed to give that away?
It's a hosted sound check party.
What does that mean?
It means Russ is
hosted.
paying the
Russ
tab.
is hosting. Okay, I
yes,
see.
that's what it means.
I'll be there.
So
I will
if
be
I
there.
could only be sure, listen to our new song. Our album's coming out March 11th, and VIP tickets are on sale for the party on March 17th.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Hey.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mary.
Mary Burt.
Burt Godwin, our den mother, and of course, Mary's gonna be back in the show later because we have guests.
Yes.
Coming up that you're gonna introduce. But Mary has a really interesting connection.
Oh, yeah.
With one of the coolest things in San Diego.
I mean, here's who we have. We have a great guest today, including the president and CEO of the USS Midway Museum, retired Rear Admiral Mac McLaughlin, and I can't wait for him to be here. We have other guests before Mac.
All right.
We have other
Ready to roll?
guests.
Are we ready?
Let's do it.
All right, ready to
Bring
go?
one in now.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
In my opinion, she's one of the best doctors in San Diego. From Horizon Clinical Research, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mona Hacker.
Mona Hacker, doctor.
Wow.
Hello.
Am I hearing Jai Ho from the band?
Wow.
Did you really request Jai Ho? Can you believe that? Can you believe that they?
That was
even-
great.
How did you guys pull that off?
Well, they practice, you know.
No, but that's Jai Ho. That's not like, some
right.
grand funk song.
Yeah,
Tommy, it's not like taking care of business. That's Jai Ho. Can you play the beginning of that, John Harford?
Here we go.
Look at the doctor moving like this.
That's great.
Wow.
You'll have to sing it for us
What does
later.
Jai Ho mean?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, yay.
Yay.
sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yippee.
hoorah.
Yeah.
Well, Jai Ho that you're here.
Yeah, wow.
Well, here's why.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Mona Hacker, you've been on television through the pandemic, since March 2020 and, through today. And the reason why we're here, I just wanted to find out who you are. Like, where did you grow up?
Are you really a doctor?
And if so,
No, I just play one on TV.
yeah, good. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
do.
you've helped thousands of people every day just listening to you, giving us, great information about all that's going on. But I just want to know, like, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
So that's a tricky question. I lived all over the United States. So I was born in Philadelphia, then I lived in New Jersey, then we moved to upstate New York, then I lived in Texas.
Was it a military family or?
My dad
just
is
like cold
an
weather.
engineer. We lived in those prime places in America where they have nuclear power plants.
Oh, I see.
Because my dad was an engineer who worked
So
at nuclear
You do have a
nuclear
certain
power.
glow.
Hey, everybody. So your dad was a nuclear physicist.
He was an engineer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then we
That's
actually
impressive.
moved to San Diego on a whim. My uncle lived here, and I came for the summer. My dad was gonna have to transfer again to Tennessee, and I spent the summer at Moonlight Beach
Wow.
right before my junior year of high school, and I said,
Wow.
I'm staying here with my grandparents and my uncle.
So wait a second. This is before high school.
I went
So
to
you
Torrey
basically-
Pines.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
I graduated from Torrey Pines. I went to UCSD, and I
Tritons.
started out an art major. I was not going down that scientific medical road.
That's really interesting because I started out as a pre-med major at UCSD.
Did
And
you?
you ended up
Aren't we all glad?
interpretive
It
dancing.
didn't end in that direction. Dr. Sullivan.
Wow. That
Oh
was,
my God.
No, I'm not
Could you
that sick.
imagine?
Wow.
But wait a minute. So being a doctor wasn't in your plan?
No,
Because
not at all.
Because you have like the perfect life, in my opinion. I mean, aren't
Well,
you?
you're
even-
here after all.
And you're married to a doctor, aren't you?
I am. Well, we met in medical
Are your kids
school.
doctors too? Jeez.
My kids, they're still in high school, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Middle school, well, not middle school, high school.
So there's a million kinds of doctors. Are you an MD doctor? Are you
Yes.
okay? So you're an MD doctor, and do you specialize in internal medicine, or is it a specific?
So my training is in family medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I now do something very different.
Okay.
And that's what I think is so great about medicine. And what I didn't know back when I was an art major is that you can do so much with it. So now what I do is medical research for drug companies.
My goodness.
And device companies. And so we do all kinds of really cool
Yeah.
research studies.
So,
Well,
when
I sign
so,
up.
so when there's like a San Diego company called, let's just say, for example, Sereno Therapeutics, who has an RNA library that's probably the biggest in the world, and they're
Okay.
trying to, and they're on this arc of the story for the FDA to get approved on certain things. They've got to do research along the way. It's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, the whole thing.
Right.
You plug into that system there.
Right.
Not necessarily with Sereno, but those type of companies.
No,
correct?
but yeah, all kinds of companies like that, and that's what we do. We do the phase 2, phase 3 trials. We follow those protocols. We see those patients and are part of the database of patients and people.
How do you sign up for that job? Just start throwing pills in my mouth and see what happens to me. Not that one. Russ went off.
You know, the FDA is really, really, really careful in the
Are they?
United
Okay.
States. As I think everyone kind of knows, like, it's very careful. When you're in a research study,
Yeah.
I actually think you get better medical care because everything
Yeah, because
is
they're
so
dotting I's, right?
careful. Oh, yes.
Okay, I have a
Yes.
question because Russ and I host a business program on a national television network, and I've interviewed a ton of biopharma and biotech companies. And my question is, during COVID, okay, and we've heard a number of things as just the fish that we are listening to the news every day, that vaccines were done absolutely correctly. There's a recipe for a vaccine. You just put the cootie in, and it's the same recipe for everything. And basically, the reason it got done so quickly is because there's a 5-year waiting list, and they got to go to the front of the line. The other people say it was rushed through. When I talk to biopharma companies, every biopharma company says the FDA was right on top of it, what they were expecting for their own therapy. So in other words, let's say there was a cancer thatter or a cure for male bad or ugliness therapy. But at the same time, the vaccines were not rushed through. They just got to skip to the front of the line. What do you think it was as a person that's in that position?
I think that's true. I think that's true.
So there was no rushing.
Right.
There was no 5-year waiting list. There was a, okay, you guys get to go first because we need you.
You get to go first. And think about everybody was working on it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
The whole.
everybody. I mean, what else was there to do besides that? You know.
So if you were to give a grade to the U.S., not the citizens, but the U.S., looking back 2020.
Well, I can answer this.
Hindsight's 2020. How do you think we did? I mean, did we? Obviously, we went along to get. We go along to get along. We did
Flatten the curve, 2 weeks. That worked.
But how do you think? How did we do, and what would you have changed?
I mean, I would have changed a lot of things. I think in the beginning. I mean, of course, hindsight is 2020. So,
Right.
You know, even I was very, very cautious in the beginning. I was very scared, but I did think that we went a little too extreme.
I think you're right.
So, and I think that's what's made it harder as time goes on to tell anyone. I mean, now, could we ever do this again? I don't think no matter what you told people now that they're going to stay home and do this again.
I think some people are going to
It was so great though, in the middle of the day on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
Right.
getting on my bike, training for challenge athletes, right?
Yeah.
And just like have nobody was on the road. It was fantastic.
You get to LA in about a half hour,
Yeah,
and,
no, you
and
can't.
traffic was. I almost forgot how to flip people off. Really, thank God.
Wait a
Thank
minute.
God traffic is
Will
bad.
this fade away? Will we ever go back to how it was, in 2019?
Yeah.
I think so.
Really?
I already think it's sort of.
Yeah, look how close we are without
starting.
masks.
I mean.
But the
yeah,
important thing,
you know.
look at who is the real victim here? Will there ever be a supplantation again?
Kids.
I mean, will we ever see a?
I agree with that. I love supplantation.
I know.
We
So
were-
so I think Molly's fixing your microphone there.
Yeah, there's no, remember the sneeze guard? That's what they call
Yes,
that.
I mean,
over
you think-
your
I mean,
tater tots there.
Look, just like 9/11
Yeah.
changed us forever in the
Yes.
way that we travel, and now we're just used to,
Yeah.
showing up to, no pants, no shoes, no
boarding.
Right. But now this will change us in some way. I'm not sure that we're going to buy more hand sanitizer or toilet paper, but in some ways this is going to change our society forever, don't you think?
Of course, I think everything that happens, is going to change subtle things as we go along. I mean, we still have to take off our shoes at the airport and,
Sure.
things like that. But then
Remember
we
that
don't
washing
have
your
to.
hands thing every 5 times a day?
Happy birthday.
That is so done.
Yeah.
I haven't washed in 2
Well,
weeks.
I still believe in that. For
Might want
other
to scoot over a bar stool there, honey. That's all I'm saying.
Like, okay, well, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it traumatized all of us too,
Right.
in some way.
Now, as a doctor, if you were practicing family medicine and not in a research capacity right now, would you say that this was more stressful on that category of doctor over the last, or was it just stressful on everybody? Because a lot of us just avoided the doctor the last couple of years, right?
Right. No, I think if you were a doctor, especially in the hospital, working in the
yeah.
ICU, which
sure.
is not, those, and I've
The
spoken to
hazmat
those-
suits.
I mean, they've been through a lot, or a nurse, or in any capacity working with the people that came in during that time.
Right.
But this is like, and I've said this before, you ever been to an Apple store? Does anybody have an Apple device? You guys have
yeah,
iPhones? Okay. And you walk into the Genius Bar, right? And I ask this every time I go to the Apple store.
Is
I
the
say,
Genius
when you
available?
get on an airplane and they ask you what you do, and somebody says, hey, what do you do? You say you're in construction, right?
Yeah.
Because the minute you say you're a doctor, the minute you say you're an Apple Genius Bar employee,
Right.
you are in the corner stuck for the next hour.
Oh, hold on a minute. I have a rash back here. If you could take a look. I don't know what happened.
Is that true?
Totally.
Totally,
yes.
right? So
Oh
you're in
my God.
construction.
But I mean, I enjoy that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
And
I
being
do,
on
so-
KUSI, right?
Right.
You
I
get-
mean, everyone that has COVID has been around someone with over the past 2
Yeah,
years.
right.
They text me. They write. Even friends of friends of friends. I get.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the
almost
spot.
every
Here.
day.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Here we go.
And she doesn't
Okay.
know this is coming. But I'm going to put you on the spot.
What do you want, a knee surgery?
It's called Dr. Mona Hacker on the spot. Okay,
On the spot. Ask the
in
doctor.
your opinion,
Yeah.
give us the top 3 myths that we were believing during
Shoveled
COVID.
by Dr. Fauci.
No, that's
Oh, no,
not
I'm
what
sorry.
I said.
That's not what I
I said.
I'm kidding.
What were in your opinion, what were the top 3 myths that now that hindsight's 2020?
Yeah.
What do you think the top 3 myths were that we thought that actually were not?
Well, back in the beginning, I think we thought just walking by someone, you could get COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I know on CNN there were, recordings of people walking in New York, and you know, and Sanjay Gupta, I love him. Like I watch him. I think he's great, and he's Indian like I am. So he was like, what are these people doing without masks? But when you looked at the data, and even then, and I said this on KUSI, I could only find the clip, you're not going to get it like that. It's not that easy to get. Even
So number one
Omicron-
miss, we weren't going to get it by osmosis.
Right. You're not going to get it. When we were outside, we were okay. We didn't need to be like stuck in our homes and, you know, wearing our masks walking the beach.
Okay, that's one. We need 9 more.
No, we don't. No, I think so. No, don't let her off the hook. Because I think, and the number 2 is obviously lockdowns were probably maybe not as prevalent or probably not as effective as we maybe thought.
You know, I think the kids could have played sports, like, you know, things like that. I think my son was in the class of 2020, Coronado High School. We had a whole graduation plan that was super COVID safe, and you know, they canceled it the night before. The county canceled it the night before. We did, you know, the kids did then take over the beach, and it ended up maybe being better for them in some ways and more memorable, but it was a real disappointment. And the thing that I think we learned from COVID is, and something that I am not an expert on, but I'm learning more and more about, is all the mental health things that we didn't think about.
That's what I'm saying. Upstairs, you're going to need a different kind of doctor.
Yeah.
because
It's the
some
6
people,
inches between your ears that
It's
need
like
to
the-
work on during things like
it's like
this,
you know, fear of spiders. Now people have a fear of not having a mask on. When they go out, they're just like,
We're all afraid of you with that.
I think
have to
all
have
things
it
are
on.
common sense, and people have to weigh risks and balances, you know, risks and what your, you know, benefit and all of that. And I think that's kind of the thing that I think went wrong. We went way too far one-sided and made all these decisions, whoever it was, you know.
Do you guys think that we were clear as a county on what we like?
No.
Let's see if you're a restaurant owner.
No.
Do you think we were clear on what those guys could and couldn't do?
No.
I don't think we were either. I think we were as
How
clear.
does COVID know not to act when I'm walking to the table? Only when I, you know, that's so stupid.
You can follow Dr. Mona Hacker on Instagram.
Dr. Mona Hacker for
DR
president.
Mona
We're not
Hacker.
going anywhere.
Música, por favor,
We got much
señores.
more to come.
Sí, señorita.
We have much more to come, including a ton of
Yeah.
really interesting guests. This song's called Keep Your Mask On.
You better keep your mask on, baby.
On the air, it's on the air. We'll see you in a second.
Take off your mask. Keep your mask on, baby. Yeah.
All right, on the air is on the air. Thank you so much. man. Appreciate that.
That was good.
Our version of You Can Leave Your Hat On.
That was
Joe Cocker song. Great.
That's a good song.
We don't play that song, by the way, until
should.
super late at night.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know, and dudes always give us like tips to play that song.
I see.
You know, imagine that. You know, let me bring you back to a gentler time. Let's
Please
say
do. Here we were.
12:30 p.m. Belly Up Tavern.
Oh gosh, yeah. The next day.
Mona's been tilting the elbow for a couple of hours with her husband.
No mask.
You know,
Yeah.
her husband saying, "Hey, she lost her mask. Hey, Sully, can you play a little? You Can Keep Your Mask On."
Yeah.
Right there. You
And
go.
it comes up, and that'll happen. Aren't you
right.
doing a gig at the Belly Up soon?
We are.
March sometime.
March 17th. Yeah, March 17th. Thank you.
Thanks, Marvelous.
March 17th.
We'll be there.
For the album release party. You please come and
I would love to come.
supervise the COVID restrictions that Russ will be breaking the entire time.
It's my goal.
I'll be watching.
All right, what do we got? Who do we got next?
All right, our next guest from KUSI's Good Morning San Diego, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's favorite, Elizabeth Alvarez.
Now you got it going on.
Hey guys. My hair's a mess now.
I told you like
You look great.
I did not believe that was ever going to
Oh
happen.
my goodness! I am so excited that you did that.
Well, I'm good to see you. Yeah.
Liz wanted to come back on the air just because
I
we
did.
said that
Hi.
the first time
Hi.
she was ever on the show, she goes, "Can you dance?" I go, "I can cut some rug," and she didn't
got
believe
it.
that was 2 years ago.
Arthur Murray
Well,
would be
actually,
proud.
you know what is so funny is that part of the reason I was like, I have to get back on the show, Tommy.
Yes.
Because the last time I was here, you said, well, if little Tommy gets up on stage and
sing.
sings a song, then
I
I'll
did.
salsa dance with you.
And now we can't get him off the stage.
Yay! Hi,
no,
guys.
it's good. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Are you going to Bollywood dance with me next time?
Hell yeah! Come on.
Wow.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time. Wait a second. Before, can you explain the Bollywood thing while he's playing the Jai Ho thing real quick?
It's awesome.
Like what Bollywood? Do you know what it's like? It's like when you listen to Backstreet Boy music and you don't want to admit that you like Backstreet Boys music. Bollywood's one of those things that you can't stop watching it.
It's amazing. I love it. I
Yeah.
grew up with it. I love it. It's one of the biggest film. I think it is the biggest film industry in the world.
Do you know what we had a director one time on the air from Bollywood. He said, all you really have to remember is screw in the light bulb and pet the dog.
Those are the moves.
That was the move. Pet the dog, screw the light bulb in. Because you could master that, you could be an extra in a
And if
Bollywood.
you have little bells on your bracelet, that helps too. I think.
I love it. I think it's like it's becoming more and more mainstream.
It
you
is,
know?
yeah.
Everyone, even the kids know. Oh yeah.
Don't you have like a pro ranking of ballroom dancing or something like that, or salsa dancing, or
Didn't you win?
whatever category?
You won
it is?
something
Oh,
dancing with the stars.
I did.
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I'm very proud of that because it's so
Tommy went
hard
dancing at the
to
bars for many
actually
years.
do a ballroom dance like a professional. Like to learn a choreography
Right.
from like a professional dancer. I'm not a professional dancer. I can dance, but
You look like a professional dancer when you're dancing with your partner up there.
So you
what-
think
what-
It was so fun. That was a great experience.
Who was that dancing lady we had on? Mary
Murphy.
Murphy.
Oh yeah, what's her
Yeah.
name?
Yeah,
She's amazing,
She
too.
runs like a whole ballroom
Dancing.
training.
Yes.
Right?
She was with So You Think You Can Dance.
That's right.
She's still with.
She was very funny. You know, she was also the rear admiral model for Pretty Woman.
Yes, that's
Remember?
right.
Didn't you
What is her name again?
Julie Roberts.
Julie Roberts.
Nailed it.
You're right. Shut up.
Hey, I didn't know
I'm
that.
old. I
Little
don't need
fun
this.
fact.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so remember there was a rumor. I think Tommy actually asked that. There was a rumor that there was on the Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts movie thing.
Yeah.
poster.
She had a leg model.
Poster.
She was a leg model.
I did the same thing for Don Knotts. Thank you.
Yeah, so that explains every time you get a jury summons.
Or whatever.
Anything I can do to bring your show to a halt is my job.
That explains every time you get a jury summons that Russ is shaking like Don Knotts at that point. So,
Anyway.
Okay, so what's new with you? What's happening? We could have you on every single week if you would
Yeah,
allow us.
no, I mean, I love being here, you guys. You guys are just awesome.
think you're the
And
hardest
then
working-
Plus, when little Tommy said, "Will you come back on the show?" I said, "Absolutely, I will." Dr. Mona Hacker, who I love to death, because I think you are just so personable as a physician, smart, and she's very. We relate to you when we talk to you, even though we get down to business. And Dr. Mona, what's the latest on this?
Via Zoom, but now
Via
you're in
Zoom.
person.
Now we're in person, which is wonderful. And
Are you feeling okay? Do you have anything you'd like the doctor to look at?
Well,
Because every
Dr.
time we
Mona,
have an
let me talk to
attorney
you
or a
after the
dentist,
show.
if we have an attorney or a dentist or a doctor on Russell, hey, is that,
Yeah. No,
can I ask you, Liz, because in the beginning, when I first met you, I would come into the studio 2, 3, 4 times a week. And we would sit across from each other some of those times.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you in studio other than when the band played last year, I think. You don't have people in the studio anymore. Is that does that change anything for you as a
go away
person
next week?
interviewing? Do you like it better? You like it worse, or is it just?
No,
the excitement?
I think in person is the best because you make more of a connection, I think, and plus when you're interviewing someone, it's easier. There's a skill behind that too,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It's kind of a craft, so you're able to get that person to become comfortable
Yeah.
by the way you are
Right.
talking, sitting, looking.
Well, remote interviews like remote learning, that's your chance of getting
That's
a
why
good
it's
one.
been so tough for so many kids. That
remote.
it's not for everyone.
All right. Well, you're everywhere, though. You're at the desk. You're doing just reports in studio. You're in the field doing the live.
I do it all.
You do it all.
What do you think the number one story is this year so far?
The what?
What do you think the number one story is this year so far? Like, what is our big story? Is it the train problem? that we
Amtrak?
have
Could
at
it be the
Carlsbad?
Amtrak problem in Del Mar? It might
Is it-
fall
no,
off the cliff.
But what do you? Is it the mass issue? Is it inflation? Is it still COVID?
I
What do
think
you
we're starting to see a shift, but I think COVID obviously is still in the restrictions and where we are is still top of mind. But I think we're now starting to shift because everything is getting so expensive and it's affecting the middle class, the upper middle class. So everyone's talking about that. Everyone's struggling. So I think we're starting to see change in what is making news headlines.
I mean, every time Tommy says, "Hey, can you do tomorrow night at 3?" What do you want to talk about? He goes, "What do you think I want to talk about?" It's always inflation. It really is because, look, if you think in terms of when we pay higher prices for gas,
and we do,
or higher prices for groceries, it's basically a tax because you can't help it. I mean, if you're paying higher for gas, you don't have a choice. Taxes, you don't have a choice. Pay higher for gas, you have no choice. So
the good news is it's going to be around a while.
Where's Alvarez? All right, we got much more to come. That does not see the light of day.
Oh, that will be on.
Sully.
Professional.
Hey, true
That
fact.
was impressive.
True fact about Sully. Did you know he was in Up with People?
Oh, come on.
And we had
He was in
We
Up with
don't
People.
have to bring this up.
white
every damn
turtleneck,
time.
red sweater.
Yes.
I'd like
Up
to
with- yeah, he
teach
was.
the world to sing.
I don't want to see it again. If you don't do it, you're fired.
You know what? I'd like to invite you both to dance at Monarch this Sunday when I'm playing from 2 till sunset at Monarch Del Mar.
Do you ever play
That's
any-
Monarch Del
Do you ever
Mar.
play any dance music there?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
So-
Every song you can dance to that I play.
how about Lion Sleeps Tonight?
Lion Sleeps Night.
Having My Baby.
You wish.
You and Me and a Dog Named Boo. No, I'm just thinking. I'm just
No, no.
giving you all the difficult to strip to hits.
I have I have a drummer, Nacho, that'll come up and get everybody dancing no matter what. Or
Is there? Because look.
sometimes it's
Because there's look.
Yeah.
Because if we're playing a gig
I can dance to anything.
and we've got, there's a big crowd in front of us,
Right.
and they're starting to go. We know there's always one song that we can start playing,
Easily, yeah.
and it'll get people going, right?
Jai-ho.
James, James, here we go.
That's true.
Just start. Just start.
Oh
Look at our studio audience.
This could be an ad for a dental clinic right now. Look at this. Look at the smiles on these two women. There they go. Let's do that tamale thing. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, so that's the song.
That is true.
So what was right?
So at,
I don't care if you're at a funeral.
You're right.
In fact, you know what? Any of you make it past me? This I just want right in the middle of the whole thing.
Right.
Like they're rolling James up, and Russ is long gone by then.
Long gone.
Whoever's there, I just want.
Wait,
Yeah.
No,
the original was
James could walk into a round.
So.
Yeah.
Which was it?
Curtis Blow sang the original.
That's exact.
Yeah, which, by the way, didn't we have him in studio a couple of times? Little time.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If James is in a Ralph's grocery store in Midtown and he just goes like this, excuse me.
Boom.
You watch it. Just I want you to see what happens next time somebody.
I do the acoustic
So what is
version.
your song?
Yeah.
What
The
would your
acoustic version of that song is what I do at Monarch. That's Monarch Sunday from 2 till sunset. Monarch Del Mar.
So not this Sunday because there's a Super Bowl. Are you playing during Super Bowl?
Yes, because not everybody cares.
Everybody cares.
Nobody cares.
Oh my God.
Everybody
Wait,
can
are you-
NFL.
Is the game going to be played?
Oh yeah, they'll be all over TV and stuff. But a lot of people see.
But Russ will be the background music.
All you Cincinnati fans.
Did
will
you
be
learn
there.
this? Did you learn this?
I play this on my second set. Yeah. It's all acoustic.
Hey, before we introduce our next guest, Rams or Bengals?
Rams, come on.
Rams or
Rams.
Bengals?
Rams.
Dr.
I
Hacker?
don't really care.
That's my girl.
She's gonna be at Monarch.
She's there for the margaritas.
That's right. They have Monarch margaritas too.
I'm glad we're talking about
Here we go.
sports.
All right, here we
Yes.
Sports.
Yes.
Sports.
It's good.
And
A lot of-
speaking of sports,
Yes.
in my opinion, he's a saint. He's a living legend.
Yeah.
The co-founder of the Challenged Athletes Foundation. Let's give it up for Mr. Bob Babbitt.
Bobby. Here's your song.
So Bob Babbitt has been in the studio, and by the way, he did. What was the name of the event we did here? Was it Celebration of Abilities?
We did our Heroes of Sport show.
Heroes
That's
of-
up for Emmys.
Which, by the way, up for Emmys, but also for a Webby. Do you know what a Webby is? Webby is the entire internet.
Oh, I thought it was what a spider left out of his head.
No.
Oh. Thanks. Some of these jokes will be getting edited. They're not even going to make it to the light of day. But I didn't want to mention Monarch Sunday, too.
And listen,
But honestly, Webby's a big deal because it is all of the internet. It's not just the regional thing; it's the world universe of internet. And you host and you do this every year.
It's
for
an amazing show.
Yeah. Bob and I go way back. I mean,
We do. When Sully was a triathlete, believe it or not, and he was fast.
Well, wait.
He was what?
Fast.
Okay, sorry.
And
I
he
wasn't-
started.
okay,
He
hold on.
started because he was, over 200 by a little bit. He started a
I'll
group
just
called
tell you.
By
I'll tell you right
200.
now. I'll tell you right now.
Clydesdales.
I'll
Team
tell you
Clydesdales like,
right-
I can't compete with those fast little
No.
guys. I'm going to start a division for big people.
This is what
You
happened.
did?
Yep.
I was a victim of my own success a long time ago.
You were big.
And because of diet, exercise, and meeting Bob Babbitt, he says, I want you to start doing this thing. And I said, well, I'm out there, I'd lost like 100 pounds at that point.
Jeez.
And I started in these triathlon things. I said to myself, I'm competing with guys that look like you.
Yeah.
So we started
How
this
silly is
division
that?
called the Clydesdale division.
Oh, the upper. Yeah.
Some people
I think they're
have one.
appearing at the Monarch.
They'll be there Sunday. Now, doctor, let's ask the doctor. For some people, they can be big and not be like unhealthy. Am I right with that? Or is their heart like overworking their knees? My knees hurt. Well, because there's 800 pounds above them. That's sometimes the problem. But can you be fat and healthy?
Well, can you
What
be
I'm saying.
untalented and healthy? Would be the
Hey, come here, pick one.
Better not to be.
Better not to be.
Better not.
but my question,
Yeah.
speaking of the Super Bowl, and
Yes.
the reason why Mr. Babbitt is here, you have a Super Bowl ad, a
We
regional
did.
ad?
We have a film coming out on a young man who you've met, Landis Sims.
We've interviewed.
We all
Yeah,
have.
quadruple amputee baseball player, missing both hands, both legs. And the film is coming out. We're going to film festivals. It's called Landis Just Watch Me. And we wanted to do something cool to promote the fact we're going to film festivals. And we bought a Super Bowl ad, but only in Cooperstown, New York, the home
But
of the Hall of
let's
Fame.
talk about this for a second.
That's
because
where
if-
it'll air.
Yeah,
If you
good
haven't, if you haven't heard of the Challenge Athletes Foundation, you've been living under a rock. Number one.
Right.
Number two, Challenge Athletes Foundation provides sports equipment for those people who are suffering from physical challenges, whether it be from a birth defect or maybe a motorcycle accident or
Military.
or military.
Yep.
And Bob and we've told the story a number of times, but CAF has changed. I mean, we have interviewed Russ and I together probably 300 athletes, and every single person to the man and woman say their life is better.
Right.
As a result of CF after this. So talk about this ad because this gentleman is unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. He's 15 now. A buddy of mine named Eric Cochran is a videographer for National Geographic and for Discovery Channel. He called me 7 years ago and goes, I'm at this veteran softball game. There's a kid here who's 7 years old. He's batting cross-handed because he doesn't have any hands. He's like batting like this.
But he also
he's not just ripping the ball, but he's talking smack to the veterans. Veterans, like, he's pitching, and he's going, dude, you're missing a leg, not an arm. Get it over the plate. What's wrong with you? And so Eric goes, I got to film this kid. He called me up and goes, I don't know where this is going. That's
great.
But I'm just going to keep filming. So it's been 7, going on 8 years, and he made his high school baseball team this year.
and Bob isn't he? He's missing 2 hands and 2 legs or 2 feet, right?
Yep. He's got prosthetic legs and he's got no hands. So his prosthetist came up with a socket to go on his bat, so he could put his stump in there and extend his arm.
That's
Hit the
great.
crap out of the ball, and he throws and catches with the glove.
Okay, wait. Let's roll this. Okay, are we allowed?
We're going to see the commercial,
let's
right?
see the commercial.
Yeah, come
huh?
on now.
Let's do
Hey,
it.
Cooperstown, we got it.
This is it.
But that's never scared me.
He's told me he's going to be the first baseball player to be missing all 4 limbs.
I'm headed to high school, and my goal is to make the varsity baseball team. My name is Landis Sims, and I believe anything is possible.
Wow. Nice job, Alex. Do it again. That's fantastic.
Eric Cochran, man, he's the filmmaker.
So,
yeah.
and we'll see this on Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, or Cooperstown will see it.
In Cooperstown, we'll see this,
And then talking about
but
the
people
movie.
just saw it now.
Well, what about the film, though?
The film will come out. It'll be this spring, mainly this summer. We'll be in ballparks. We'll be in theaters, hopefully, if the world cooperates.
Yeah,
But
right, exactly.
We'll be all over
That's
the
a
place.
great
And he's a
story.
remarkable young man. And just talk to the guy. He is a smack talker. I mean, it's like
Totally.
What do you got?
We were at the MLB Network. I took him to MLB Network to meet those guys, and they did a 5.5-minute feature. But we're in the lobby, and he's got a Yankee logo on his leg.
Yeah.
And Kevin Millar from the Red Sox walks in and goes, "Dude, we're not going to get along. Yankees, Red Sox. That's going to be a problem."
Oh, good.
And then next thing you know, those guys became buddies, and Kevin is pitching to him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's wrong with you? Can't anybody Red Sox pitch?"
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we have one more guest to introduce.
All right, good enough. On the air, stand by.
He's out there.
On the air. I'm not sure how we picked this musical palette today, but I'm glad we did.
We can lower the lights in here. I
Good to have
think
you
it'd
on.
be great.
Dr. Mona Hacker's with us today.
Yeah.
Alvarez.
Yes.
Bob Babbitt's with us today. What else you got?
Listen to
What
this.
else you got?
Listen to this. He's the president and CEO of the USS Midway Museum, retired Rear Admiral Mac McLaughlin.
A gift for you, Midway Magic. I got some t-shirts. Yeah, it's a medium. It's extra small.
Look at that. All right. As long as it's a medium, I'm a medium.
You look good in a medium, no doubt about it.
How you doing?
I used to be.
Good, Tommy. How are you?
Good. Thanks
Good.
for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
How's the Midway?
And this is
Thank
probably
you. Thank
All is well on the good ship Midway. We've emerged from the COVID crisis and we're sailing forward here.
I see him on TV a lot, and I say, this guy has I want hair like that. And
Yeah, oh, yeah.
that ship has sailed.
Yeah, don't
for
take
me.
the hat off.
Yeah.
So our good friend
Hey.
Mike Hess, who I believe we are in talks about doing an on-the-air, potentially live show. Look
at that.
Midway Magic, American Pale Ale.
Oh my God, that is
Wow.
so cool. Specially brewed on the USS Midway. Just for you.
Right now, Bob.
Not a chance.
I know
This
it.
might this might have to stay here unopened.
It should.
On the set somewhere.
Perfect.
Although, as a stunt piece, because this is gonna we gotta crack
right,
this thing
right.
open.
So very soon we'll possibly be able to get that on the USS Midway.
Well, actually, you can get it right now. Just stop by our cafe and ask for one of our home brewed IPAs, and we've got it on tap.
Other than the banquet size, do you have a larger model?
Rusty, we've got pictures if you need a
You
picture.
know what Russ calls this? Morning.
Coffee.
Didn't we win, and I say we because I want to be included, didn't we win as the Midway in San Diego some great award as like the best naval museum in the world or the best museum in the universe? I heard something that we won something.
It's
Recognized something.
You know, the Midway, and when I say the Midway, I give all the credit to San Diego. These historic ships aren't big hits around America. Only in San Diego can we tell this great story about the USS Midway. And it's because of San Diego. It's because of the volunteers. It's because of the people that live here that really think the idea of bringing this giant, big, gray, ugly ship to our pristine little harbor is a good idea. And we've won numerous awards. We're #1 on TripAdvisor.
That's right.
It's actually the most visited historic ship in the entire world right now.
Did you know that our den mother, Mary Burt Godwin, who hosts the show national show America Trends, Mary, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't your family really involved with getting the Midway here in San Diego?
You're not mistaken.
Oh, how do you turn it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you're not mistaken. That is actually true. My dad was an attorney for the harbor, and he was part of a group of about 6 people that wanted the Midway here and had to kind of put up a fight to get the hunk of metal in the pristine harbor. There was a fight with the San Diego locals, and he was one of the people to fight to get it here, and he unfortunately passed away before it got to get to San Diego. But it opened up, and my family was with Mac on our last sail, the Midway's last sail into the harbor, and my mom was on the board for years. And,
Your mom was on board a couple of weeks ago because she turned, 60 years old?
My mom just turned 90.
Yeah. 30th anniversary of her 60th.
You guys, this woman, my stepdad threw her a party aboard the Midway with 200 people.
Yeah.
Mac introduced my mom. He spoke there. Pete Wilson was there.
There she is with
Roger
Roger.
Hitchcock was there. I mean,
Wow.
Wait, Russ, did you get the invitation?
I didn't get the invitation.
Tommy, did you?
I didn't either.
Did anybody see any?
I was there. It was great.
There he is.
Really? Where were you guys? I was wondering where you were there.
So the
I hear you're
Midway's very
adding.
special.
I hear you're reconnecting that thing that launches the planes just to have people sit there and you just shoot them right over to Coronado. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I think in distant decades that will be a possibility with technology being what it is.
When I go
Go in the
on
bubble
there,
first, shoot them over.
when I go on there and I hear those guys and gals talking, they served, didn't they? The docents, is that what they're called, docents on there?
The docents, vast majority of them served. A lot of them didn't, and frankly, it's what makes the Midway so special. Back to, once again, San Diego.
Yeah.
This is an old ship. It's got old planes on it, and if you come on board, unless you've flown in those planes or been on that ship, you're not enamored with that. It's not a great experience.
Right.
But after you meet these people in San Diego, we call it the most successful adult daycare center in San Diego. Because
It really is.
the biggest hugs I got were from the wives of the docents when they came to work on the Midway, and they said, "Oh, Mac, thank God
Thanks for getting them out of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And Russ, they got a bar snack shop on the Fantail now.
I heard I fell off that one a few times.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Museum Month, right? Is that what we're
Yeah,
talking about?
February's Museum Month.
It is half price. You can get the tickets at Macy's or the San Diego Public Library, or if you come down and beg, we'll let you on for free. We're that kind of a ship.
And the country is celebrating 100 years of the aircraft carrier.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
100
So
years of the aircraft carrier, and in 2 more years, it'll be 20 years since the Midway's been here. And we are going to be breaking ground, turning that parking lot where you park your car right now into the largest veterans park on the west
my
coast
goodness.
of America. Yeah.
You know, my favorite memory of the Midway was maybe not your favorite memory of the Midway. It's when I was with LaDonna Harvey on July 4th, News Radio 600 Kogo, and we would, and of course, there's a big celebration on July 4th every year on the Midway, right? And it's a really great time. And Kogo would love to play music that was choreographed a la the KGB Sky Show
thing, yeah.
to the fireworks on the Big Bay Boom.
Good idea.
So, and we start the show. I think the fireworks started at 8 or 9, and I'm on the air, I think, until 7:58 or something like that. And they say, okay, we're going to have you guys pass off over to the Midway people.
Yes.
And then when you see the fireworks and hear the music, you guys are off, and then we're going to have an hour worth of fireworks and music. It'll be fun.
Perfect.
So, and I can't remember what year this was, but I'm going to call it 2014 or 2015.
Or later, yeah.
So we go to sign off, and that's it for us. News Radio 600 Kogo. We'll see you Monday on the sing. And all of a sudden, I'm not kidding you, we hear an eye level, because we're sitting on the Midway. 4 different spots. This beautiful, like unbelievable, what we thought was a prelude, a preview of the fireworks show.
Yes. Wow.
Turns out
It was
somebody's big thumbs. Not sure what happened. The Big Bay Boom went off at 7:58 or whatever time it was we signed off the air. And I remember gathering.
Legendary.
Oh, that was an awesome preview. I
I
grabbed my
made world
briefcase.
news.
I'm walking down the back stairs.
World
I'm
news.
walking down the back stairs because I'm going down the back to get to the car because I'm realizing all those people that are on the streets lined up on Harbor Drive that came from Arizona, came from everywhere, and that was just an anomaly. But you know, it sort of what kind of makes it cool though, because I'm glad it happened because it's something we can all talk about, and we're no worse for the wear.
And what's going on this
But this year is going to be much better because those same people will be clobbering the flight deck, but for entertainment,
that's right.
The Sully Band is going to be up on the flight deck of the USS Midway.
Oh my God! Yeah. Now hear this.
We just found out about this like yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, get up there and do something for us, like.
Have you guys even heard us yet?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
That's great.
You're
That's great
world
news, Sully.
famous. What are you talking about?
You know what? We should end the show with you playing up there to show Mac what he bought.
Yeah. Have
Oh,
you,
we know what we bought,
Have you-
and we can't wait for it. It's going to be a big hit.
Can I count on you two to come a little meet and greet there?
He's going to be at the Monarch.
He's gonna be
Come on, Sunday, you'll know. Oh, I love this song.
All right. So, Mona, we will see you back on KUSI very soon, right?
Right.
Liz, see you tonight.
Yeah.
You know, Bob Babbitt hosts a radio program that is bigger than all of our radio programs
Breakfast
put
with
together.
Bob?
Breakfast with No, honestly, you're one of the most popular radio personalities in the country, and you never play that up. But you have Breakfast with Bob in Babbitttville.
We do.
So,
It's a lot of fun.
and how do people find
YouTube channel, man.
How do you
And your furniture store is doing
That's
well.
great. You know what? We're going to be at the Monarch on Sunday.
What Sunday? Sunset? That'll be great. You know, I do have.
And Mac, I want to thank you personally because USS Midway Museum is always there for breaking and entering Christmas. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you bet. That's a great honor for us.
I want to thank the McKinnons for being
Yes.
part of
Here, here.
bringing the Midway into. The
I heard Senior had a little to do with
think
bringing
so?
that boat down.
Yes,
yeah.
he did. Him and a lot of great San Diego folks fought against the tide.
And I heard Jack LaLanne pulled it to Alcatraz. Is that true? Maybe that didn't happen.
What do you got there, Tom?
And Monday is Valentine's Day. we
my
just
goodness.
wanted to give a little rose all the
Doctor.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Now,
look at
these
that.
last two will be awkward.
Yeah, there you go.
How
about for
Happy
marriage?
Valentine's.
Not awkward at all.
Studio audience.
Who hasn't given a rose to a Navy
We got
man
more.
before?
We got more.
All right. You know, my only naval experience is pulling lint out of my belly.
Everybody.
Thank you. That's the only joke I got.
All right.
Hey, we got to hear you play.
All right.
You got to audition
Yeah.
for Mac.
Get
All
up
right.
there.
We can. Okay. I'll do an audition song for you. And you have one last chance to bail out of this right now.
Oh, no. We are not only looking forward to the 4th of July, we hope it becomes an annual tradition.
Ooh. Here we
Wow.
go. Put that in your day timer.
Looks like you guys got a gig next year.
Yeah.
And every year going forward.
All right. Here we go.
All right, this is on the air. Bob's going to work, and thanks for watching. Enjoy the song. Blah blah blah.
Well, I don't mean to trouble your mind. I'm just trying to find my way. Oh, silently I'm seeking a kind of a way to get by on my own. Downtown Saturday, in a better way than I ever was before. Don't need anyone standing in my sun. Don't need that anymore. Well, it's a long way to go. There's no way to go, but it's all gonna show in the end. 'Cause I got to find my way, find my way, find my way. Oh, got to find my way, find my way, find my way back home. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on. Got so far with my head in the clouds, I'm just trying to get down and be yours. Downtown Saturday, in a better way than I ever was before. Don't need anyone staring in my sun. I don't need that anymore. In a tiny world. Destiny, got to find my way, find my way. What are you looking at? Fire! Find my way, find my way. No one